Get some music set up in here. Let me get some music set up in here. What is good? Hold on a sec. Let me get set up. Let me. How many of y'all watch that old cartoon? It's the Chicken Hawk. I don't remember the name of that. The Rooster. I don't remember the name of none of that stuff. Old school cartoons. Man, what up, man? You two family in the build? We throw some music on. It's all quiet up in here. Mr. Triggerman is in the building. Yo, man. Yo, I'm gonna get your I literally just signed up to this little live training for StreamYard. They got a live training at 9 o'clock my time, which is 11 your time. It is only 7:16. We're gonna see, man, if we can cop these Air Max 95s. The boy the game said, I'll murk you if you try me for my Air Max 95. Hate it or love it, the underdog's on top. All right. Let me stop. Let me stop. Yo, what up, fam? Let me peep this. Because I'm gonna make your video today, man. Shout out to Mr. Trigger and Miss Rage. Shout out to them. They went ahead and copped those are they called the NRG? The NRG, which is energy. I think they got the Air Jordan 9 Energy, the 9 boot, the black boot with the gum bottom. Yeah, them joints is tough. I ain't gonna lie, them joints is tough. Hold on, man. Let me go get him. Hold up. Yeah, man. I think I might have to cop a pair of these joints. Stop playing with me. Let's see. Let's see where we at. You know, yeah, I sniffed them first. Yeah. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Trigger. He copped a pair of these for him and his wife. I'm gonna ship those off to him. I'm gonna do a little review. Hold on a sec, because if I'm not mistaken, I think these come with a spread set of laces, fam. Let's see. Yeah, I sniffed your joints. Yeah. Pause, because I don't like the way that sound. Because I don't like the way, after I said it, I don't like the way that sounded. Yeah, I sniffed them joints. Hold up. Yo, why they be lacing these joints like mad tight from the factory? Ain't nobody rocking their kicks like this. Got these joints laced mad. Hold on. Oh, yeah, fam, look. Look at that. You got yourself the tan laces. I know, my camera's not the best with picking it up right here. Look at this. And they actually gave the look at that. You got the little shoe tree, you got the cardboard shoe tree. That joint's mad tight. But yeah, you got the yo, man, I might have to cop a pair of these joints, fam. I might have to get a pair of these joints, man. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Trigger, 1977. He an old head. I don't know why people be putting their date of birth, all up in their names or whatnot. Because he like 67 years old. I'm gonna let y'all know that right now. Yeah. You do the maths. TikTok gone shot. You do the maths. Yeah, fam. I'm gonna do reviews on these later. Go ahead and get the labels printed and drop these joints in the mail, man. Shout out to Mr. Trigger and his wife, Miss Rage. Man, he copped these Air Jordan 9 boots for him and wifey. Yo, you can't go wrong with these joints, man. Let me do a quick little review on them, and I'll drop them in the mail. Get those out to you today. My guy, drive safe, man. I know you're probably already on the road. My guy's a truck driver. He be out there getting it. Spirit set of laces. I ain't gonna lie, fam. I will actually put, look at that gum bottom. I will actually put those tan laces up in there because it's gonna offset all that black. Yeah, that's dope. Yo, man, what up, man? Shout out to everybody who's tapped in. I got a few people tapped in. Before y'all bounce, man, double tap that screen, man. Like the video. I would appreciate that. I would appreciate that, man. Good morning. Good morning. Let me catch up on some comments here. Man, good morning. What up? Let me get some music going, man. I'll be over here live streaming by myself, man. It's all lonely. It's lonely. That's right. That's right. Get them. Senior citizens to still get Flizz-Eye. Yeah, because my man's like 75 years old. I'm not even going to hold you. And his next birthday, he's turning 82. Yeah. Yeah. You see how the age keeps going up, right? Yo, what up? What up? Yo, good morning. What up, man? Yo, but like, no lie, man. Like, are you ready for it? I miss y'all. Let me throw some music on, man. It's all lonely up in here. Let me throw on some tunes. Hola. I know that's gonna be loud. That's going to be loud for y'all. It ain't gonna be loud on my end. Turn my volume up. I want to hear it. Let me know on the mic check. Let me know if the music is too loud. Somebody tap in. Let me know real quick. How's it sounding? My man said you wildin'. Yeah, my man's turning 95 here pretty soon. he said dog years. Nah, hard facts. Hard facts. What up? Matthew in the build. What up, man? Let me give a proper intro, man. Matthew in the build. JMG in the build. What up? What up? He said, "Who drinks is clean? How much you selling them for, though?" Yo, fam, honestly, I'm not even selling them like that. I cop these for my mans back home in New York. However, they are sitting on the Nike app. Hit me up on IG. Let me put my IG up in here. Don't laugh at my name neither. I'm over here talking about my guy being old, man. I'm an old head too, man. So I'm rarely, man. I'm so bad about getting on IG. It's embarrassing because I know people be hitting me up on it. But anyway, in the chat, I just put my IG, man. Hit me up on IG. Send me a DM. Let me know your size, man. If you want a pair of those, I can actually cop those for you. It's all good. Nah, chills. That's my IG name. You would think it'd be like MTIP, Mr. Think I'm Possible or something on IG. Nah, chill. I'm so bad, man. I'm so old school, you know. But let me get back to these shout outs. Let me get back to it. What up? What up? Very few in the build. What up? All right, what'd he say? I'm gonna grab these instead of doubling up on the taxis. But my mom, this car and I got Be More Selected too. Many double ups this year. Yeah. You copped mom's a whip. Yo, man, shout out for that, fam. That is so dope. Yeah, been on a hiatus. Nah, I'm right there with you. So I've been working so crazy, and I was on a roll, man. So shout out to everybody who's there because number one, let me just give you a little update about this monetization. Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. If I need to bring the mic closer, I will. But I don't want to be all yelling up in your ear and whatnot. All right. Right now, I have about 3,400 hours out of the 4,000 hours it takes to be fully monetized. Yo, I was on a roll. I was going live every day. Y'all been showing me mad love. Y'all been pushing this journey a whole lot faster than what it will have gone without you. So like flat out, I just want to say thanks. But then, man, I started working like crazy, and it kind of threw me off. My scheduling changed up and all that stuff. As y'all know, I ain't been live. So shout out to everybody who's tapped in because, man, it's been busy around here. Been busy around the streets. Now, with all of that being said, the reason why I'm on live today is because I actually took off the next couple of days. I'm a bowler, for those of y'all that do know. And we have something called the TNBA, the National Bowling Association, and it's being hosted out here in Colorado right now. So it's like a big bowling event going on out here. I bowled in this tournament yesterday. If I can give y'all an example of how I performed yesterday, I want y'all to think about, all right, here it comes. Let me give y'all I'm a visual learner, so let me give you some visuals. Imagine a toilet, right? So we're gonna start with a clean porcelain toilet. And then imagine a pair of cheeks that sits on this clear toilet. And then imagine that brown stuff that's coming out of the cheeks into this clean porcelain toilet. I'm giving you the visuals of how I performed yesterday. I performed like the brown stuff that's coming out of those cheeks. That's how I bowled yesterday. Hopefully, y'all got a good description. So there's another. So there's another tournament going on today. Obviously, I'm gonna go bowl, and hopefully I do better today. I ain't win no money. I bowled really bad. No lie, I had a lot of fun, man. You got a lot of out-of-towners that's here in town, you know, so it's always good to see some people that you know from other places and all that stuff. But yeah, it was pretty bad. Anyway, oh, he said he got a dental appointment, so he's home. Okay, I feel you. I feel you. Rob T in the... Yo, Rob T in the bill. What up, fam? What up? Wendy's Travis dropping. Man, look, I don't know. Do anybody have a confirmed date on these Fragment 1 lows? Man, that's a good question. You want to know what? I guess let's go ahead and let me head over to Nice Kicks. Is anybody messing with these Air Max 95s? These little SBs, these Eric Koston. Anybody messing with these joints? I currently do not have an Air Max 95 in my collection, in my shoe rotation. I don't have an Air Max 95 nowhere around, nowhere in sight. I haven't worn an Air Max 95 in quite some years. Nothing personal against them, to be honest with you. I just haven't copped any Air Maxes. So it'll be interesting to go ahead and get my hands on the shoe if I can cop it. You know it's gonna be a difficult cop, but I'm gonna try. I'm definitely gonna try. Let's pull up some stuff here. Now at 9 o'clock my time, which is, you know, about an hour and a half away, I'm doing a StreamYard, kind of like a I don't know what it is, like a tutorial for StreamYard. They're hosting like this little event. They've done some massive changes to this platform, and in order for me to give y'all like a better experience, so that I can start changing up some stuff and doing more stuff, you know, like stuff like that, you know, like having things, you know, called a ticker, you know, and stuff like this, you know, where you can have stuff go across the screen. There is a way, and I don't know how to do it yet, but there is a way to have the comments now. But you know what? I don't think it's during vertical streaming. I think it's during the horizontal, the landscape mode only. However, there's a way, so like whenever y'all comment, there's a way to have the comments come directly up on the screen. So it's just like you know, like a ticker on the bottom corner of the screen, whichever corner it goes on, whatever. But there's a way to do all of this stuff. I just don't know how to do it. So I'm about to do like this little training, like a live training with StreamYard, so that I can, you know, start, you know what I'm saying, start providing a better experience with my live streams. But shout out to everybody who's there, man. Double tap that button before your bounce. You know what I'm saying? Show me some love, man. Let's go ahead and share this screen right here. See what we got going on. Let's see if I get any information. If anybody knows anything about these Trabies, when these Trabies are officially dropping, man, go ahead and put it into the comment section, man. Show some love. Let me scroll through some stuff here. What do we got here? Some John Morans. These actually look kind of nice, man. Like, I'm like low-key a sucker for like black and yellow. Like, just that colorway alone looks nice. And the only Air Force One lows I have, I believe, are like some Kobe's. So like low-key, I'm actually feeling, let's click on this. I'm actually feeling this colorway right here. What we got going on right here? What'd it say? Okay. Let me be Ja. That's pretty nice, man. And it looks like it's embroidered. Command plus. Boom, boom. All right, hold on. Yeah, it looks like an embroidery. Like low key, I'm actually feeling like this colorway. I like this. Would I cop it? Probably not. But I actually do like this 12 a.m. I do like this this colorway right here. Right here, you got some sort of like multicolored. It's almost like some sort of rainbow stitching there. Okay, so yep, that stitching is actually going all throughout the swoosh as well. So I see a little bit of blue, a little bit of yellow, gold, whatever. I see a little bit of pink, lighter pink, purplish. So you got some threading there. It's pretty nice. I do like that colorway. I ain't gonna hold you. It's a nice little colorway. All right, my bad. I got a little distracted. Let's find these SBs. Yo, shout out to just real quick. Shout out to everybody who tapped into my Rare Air 11 video. Copped these the other day. Man, let me tell y'all. Let me shut this down real quick. Let me shut it down real quick. All right, look. I'm gonna tell you right now. I was wrong when it comes to these Rare Air 11s. Now, to my defense, a lot of times, and I don't mind. Trust me. Number one, I don't mind. You know what I mean? Coming clean and you know what I mean, holding myself accountable to things that I do. That's number one. So it's no embarrassment. I'm just kicking it with my peoples, right? We haven't had a Jordan 11 that has really done any numbers in quite some time. So I'm talking about the Legend Blue 11s, and I'm gonna forget some because my memory be jacked up sometimes. But from like Legend Blue 11s, that's the Columbia 11s. Jordan 1, Jordan 11 low bread, 11 breads, lows, they ain't do nothing. The Gratitudes ain't do nothing. What other 11 did we get? But I think the last 11 that really made some noise was probably, unless I'm forgetting something, but it was probably like Cool Gray 11s. I think the Cherry 11s even sat, if I'm not mistaken. I think the Cherry 11 sat. So I think like Cool Gray 11s was probably like the last 11 that really moved like that. So anyway, I was wrong because I was literally sitting here saying like, yo man, these Rare Air 11s are gonna be an easy cop. I'm gonna hit up my little Nike Connect man and get a juicy deal on them. You'll be able to pick these joints up, and no, absolutely not. You know, they are still sitting. I didn't go to the mall today, but when I went to the mall on the release day, they were sitting in smaller sizes only. That's it. All they had was like size 7 or size 8, something like that. They only had smaller sizes. Everything else was cooked. So that kind of surprised me, especially for the price point. 235 smacks. Like imagine getting smacked 235 times. Bam! And that was just one right there. That was just one. 235 smacks, not including tax. You know, that's steep, man. So I didn't think people, but maybe people have really been holding off until the later end of the year with their finances so that they can cop things that they really want. So even though we still have quite a bit coming out, let me get this back up here on screen. Even though we have quite a bit coming out, I like these joints. All right, let's get back to it. All right, we got some Rare Airs, we got some Lucas. The Stranger Thing, the Upside Down. So shout out, man, to Jay Elevate, my guy Jay. I tried to cop these for him yesterday. I tried. Obviously, I didn't get the Gotham for him, but I tried because he is a Stranger Things fan. He watches the series. I have only watched like the first couple of episodes in the first season. I don't know what season they're at now. Actually, it's a dope show. The only reason why I don't commit to shows personally is honestly is just time. Like I be so busy, I don't have the time to really watch series. I'm more of a movie guy. I can find the time. Excuse me, I just burped. I can find the time to I can find the time to watch a movie. So like I just like how I can find the time, I can make the time to get on a live stream. I can find the time to commit to like a 2-hour movie or something like that, 3-hour movie, whatever it takes. I can watch a football game if I put it on my schedule and commit the time to it. But it'd be difficult for me to watch like an actual series, you know what I mean, and stay up to date with it, you know. I don't know. My timing is weird. However, there's a show that I have watched with the wife, and apparently it hasn't come on this year, I don't believe. And it's called Fromville or something like that. Very interesting show, so I'm interested to get back into that. All right, let's get back into these kicks. All that blabbering I'm doing. What time is it? We got 24 minutes before these joints release. I tried to cop these Stranger Things, these little dunks right here, for J Elevate. Shout out to my guy J Elevate, Lewis at Where Your Kicks 26, and my guy Purple Haze. You can catch us one pair at a time. That'll be tomorrow morning. We'll be up on here. Oh, for those Taxi 12s, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be on the list. But these little Stranger Things joints are actually looking pretty nice, man. And apparently, you know, what Jay was telling me, because he watched the show, is that this shoe, it has a story or the theme. You know, obviously it's titled The Upside Down, right? That's what it's titled. So if you take a look at kind of like the hits here, how we have upside down Nike right there on a tongue. We got this upside down patch, you know, right here. It's all upside down Nike right here, right? Stranger Things theme. Look at this nice cracked leather right here with the Nike ups. Everything's upside down. So that's dope. That's dope. I like how they really put that, you know. Take a look at this worn outsole here. Looks like it's all dirty and muddy or whatever, you know what I mean? So that's pretty dope. I don't know what this graphic right here, if this graphic represents anything, but I'm sure if you watch the show, it might have something to do with it. But overall, this is dope. Look at that. Got the globe on here, little map or whatever. Look at all this stuff. You see, this is what I'm talking about. Like a lot of times, whenever, you know, like a lot of people be like, I don't care about the box. You don't wear the box. I don't care about the tissue paper or the, you know, the laces, or, well, some people do care about the laces, but they be like, I don't care about tissue paper or the shoe tree or whatever. You don't wear none of that stuff. You know, you don't worry about this. You don't wear none of this. But I like it whenever they take the time, you know, and give us stuff like this. Like, I like this. You know, you take a look at, what is this shoe retailing for? It was about $160. Yeah. So retail for $155. Take a look at what you get for $155. Got all of this detail. You got the materials. Take a look at the tongue there. You see how that looks all dirty? You know what I mean? They put some work into the shoe. Look, you got that age or that dirty looking midsole there. You got that dirty looking tongue. You know what I mean? You got the dirty outsole, the upside down themes. You got the box, the map, the globe, the tissue paper. You got all these pins and whatever. Like, yo, look at this. Man, that's dope. I be liking stuff like that. Johnny Felton in the building, so let Jay know that I have the 95 already. If he wants to do a review. Okay, word. That's what's up, man. Congrats on that. Congrats on your cop. Let's go. That's what's up. I'll hit him up a little bit later. I know he's at work right now. I will strike him up later. All right, let's go ahead and move on, man. Let's go ahead and get to these kicks, man. We got like 21 minutes before they drop. I would actually like to cop me some 95, some Air Max 95, man. Let me share something else with y'all. I might be able to find it. I might not. Let me see. You got some zip up joints right here, some Loyal Blue. I don't know, like I haven't had a pair of zip up shoes in a minute. So I do like this colorway. I am not a fan of the zipper. Oh, look at that brown right there. Kobe 6 Kate and Cart in-store raffles on DSG app if anyone cares. Shout out to Rob T. Good looking out with that information. We got some Kobe 6s, Caitlin Clark's raffle on DSG. If anybody have any questions on how to enter, you know, the draw or raffle on DSG, I made a video on it. That video has gotten a whopping 57 views. So I'm sure y'all know how to enter DSG raffle because they know, but they don't really care about that video, which is good because if you are in the know, you're in the know. Stock numbers on Koston Air Max. Let me see. Let me ask real quick. One of my brothers out in Florida normally be I'm gonna ask him right now. All right, I'll wait for him to get back to me on stock numbers if he can get on Discord and find something. Let's see. Johnny said I have 3 sizes, a 10 and a half, an 11, 11 and a half. He is welcome to review any pair. Yo, Johnny, that's what's up. You copped 3 pairs of those SBs. All right, let me go ahead and get to them real quick. Yo, I don't know, man. This is so weird. You'll see this color right here between this blue and this. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's brown or burgundy or a mixture of 2, whatever, but that combination actually looks pretty nice. I actually like the way that looks. I like that colorway. Not a fan of the zip up, to be honest with you, but I actually do like that colorway. That actually looks pretty nice. All right, let's keep it moving. We got some LeBrons here. The Asia ones. All right. The LeBronies, best in class. We got some Pumas. Okay. Baruch Brown. We got some Nike Air Trainers. These Huaraches. Dang, I like this color too. Yeah, I like that. I like it the brown. I like it the brown. Look at my guy. My guy came through. All right, Johnny, where we at? Oh, oh my, oh. Hold on now. I got some stock numbers here. All right. Oh, hold on. All right, I got some stock numbers here. These ain't looking too good. How much time we got? All right, we got 18 minutes, so we got plenty of time. All right, we got 18 minutes, until this drop. Anybody who's messing around with these Eric Koston, let me pull these joints up. Let me find them real quick. We got some time. Let me read y'all some stock numbers. Let's find these kicks. What's today? Today's the 7th. All right. Yep, here we go. All right, Eric Koston, SB, Nike Air Max 95, Obsidian. If you like Obsidian colorway, me too. I do like the Obsidian colorway here. So these right here, fresh. All right, let's take a look at these kicks here. Expected to release here to Boom Boom, $190 via sneakers and select retailers. 190 $. It's not bad. It's actually not bad. All right, let's go ahead and read some stock numbers on this kick here. We got from 7.5 all the way to 18, a size 18, and these numbers are looking skimpy. 7.5, 173. 8, 297. 8.5. I just dropped my phone. Whoops. 8.5, 312. 9, 375. 9.5, 397. 10, 491. 10.5, 447. 11, 488. 11.5, 318. Size 12, 441. Size 12.5, 70. Size 13, 343. Size 13.5, 35. Size 14, 149. Size 15, 69. Size 16, 27. Size 17, 14. Size 18, 12. Ooh. Ooh. All right, so Johnny says he has a size 10.5, 11, and 11.5. So a size 10.5, we're looking at 447. Size 11, we have 488. 11.5. Hold on. 11.5. We have 318. Wow. These numbers are looking skimpy, dog. Numbers looking kind of skimpy, dog. Dang. Size 12, we got 441, 12 and a half, 70. 13, 343. Yeah, man. Woo. The stock is looking low. It's looking low. So anybody who's interested, if you're just joining in, if you're just tapping in, yo, what up? Say what up in the comment section, man, so I can show you some love and chop it up with you, man. But if there's a size that you're interested in, I got some stock numbers here. Let me know what size it is. I will call it out. We have 14 minutes until this drop. I do not have any Air Maxes in my collection at the moment, and I think this would be a nice kick to start it back off. This would be a nice kick. So peep this. I live out in Colorado, for those of you that don't know, and I've been on this little whatever. I've been on like this little health journey, if you want to call it that. You know, been doing the right thing, man. Been eating good. I actually gained some weight back, but I did it on purpose. So coming from 270 pounds, I came down to 240. Literally, I shedded off 30 pounds in like, I don't know, a month and a half, 2 months or whatever it was. It wasn't really that long. Shedded 30. My target weight was 235, just to be completely transparent. So I was like, all right, since I knew I was gonna hit my target weight, I decided to introduce snacks back into my diet, because truth be told, I know my body. I was really able to shed 15 pounds, no lie, just off of eliminating sugars, like the unhealthy sugars alone. 15 pounds, boom, just by clearing my body up off the sugars. And when I say sugars, of course, you know, I'm talking about all of my favorites. I'm talking about cakes, cookies, ice creams, Skittles, Reese's Pieces, peanut butter cups, whatever, you name it. Little Debbie brownies and Swiss rolls, whatever, you name it. I loved it. And I literally eliminated that from my diet. Now, that doesn't mean that I eliminated sugar from my diet, because you can eat as much natural sugars as you want to, and you ain't gonna gain weight from it. So we're talking all of the fruits, man. I mean, you can eat bananas all day long. You can eat as much watermelon, strawberries, blueberries, anything you want, cantaloupes. Look, you can eat all of that stuff. That's healthy for you, man. Those are natural sugars. It's good for you. It's all of the processed crap that's not good for us. Anyway, I say all of that to say, now I started packing some pounds back on. So because I introduced sugars back into my diet, and I'm gonna tell you how I did it. Now I'm back up to 245. So I gained 5 pounds now because I put sugars back into my diet. Now, I love me some ice cream, right? Before, when I used to eat some ice cream, I would no lie, like a fatty. I would get me like my Breyers or my Blue Bunny or whatever it is that I got. I love me some mint chocolate chip, right? What's that other brand? They make a cheese too. Tillamook, is it? But I would get me like my mint chocolate chip, right? And I would have the whole container right there, and I would have a spoon and I eat the whole box. Hold on, I think my joint zoomed in. It did. And I would eat it right out the container, and I'll be watching TV, watching the game or something, and I eat the whole container all in one sitting. So now I'm acting like a regular human being, right? And I'll take like 3 or 4 scoops, put it inside of a bowl, and then I put the container back in the freezer. So now I have management, you know what I mean? Because before I didn't know how to manage things, man. If I had a whole bag of Reese's peanut butter cups, I just eat the whole bag, you know, in like one sitting. So anyway, that's enough of that. But I just wanted to share how I've been losing weight, man. And number one, I feel good. Number two, I look different, and then people have been complimenting me too. So like jawline, obviously, you know, I got formation back, you know what I mean, and traps and arms, everything's looking good. You know, the belly's the hardest part, but I do got some definition now in the stomach. So I'm literally looking good, but more important than it looks, like I feel good. I feel better too. Let me share something else with y'all. Right here. On my left, under my left eye, I had like a little dark spot. Almost looked like I had like a black eye, like I got decked. And that was literally from just sugars and whatnot. Now, I'm not a diabetic or anything like that, but I was literally able to see the difference. My eye has been clearing up as well. So anyway, that's my little health joint right there. You know what I mean? I figured I shared that journey with y'all. We have 10 minutes until this drop. Shout out to everybody who is tapped in. I am gonna go for these for these SBs. I'm gonna go for these joints. Let me see if I can cop this. But anyway, the reason why I was talking about the whole little health thing is I would like to have a nice shoe. Don't you judge me now. But I am looking into like a nice hiking shoe. On my IG feed, I've been getting a lot of these I've been getting like a lot of these posts about places out here in Colorado, you know, whether it's a trail or some sort of incline, or, you know, apparently Manitou Springs is like the most difficult incline that we have out here in Colorado. I don't know the exact amount of steps that it is. I want to say it could be like 2,000 steps or something like that. But it's the most difficult one, and we got a bunch of, you know, things to do out here. And which is funny because I've never done like a hike or a trail. It's just not like my thing, but I actually want to do it. So I would like to have like a nice little like hiking, either like a hiking boot or a comfortable shoe that's gonna have a lot of grip, you know what I mean, to go hit some trails and go on these walks and do these inclines. So I will be interested in doing that. What are those stock numbers? I just got back. All right, cool. Is there any size you want me to read in particular, or I'll just start from like a size 10 and go from there? Size 10, we got 491, 10 and a half, 447, 11, 488, 11 and a half, 318. My bad. Let me see. I'm trying to grab these SB95s. I definitely love the Cactus Flower SB95s, but I'm starting to wear the 95s more than I am a lot of J's. Yeah, that's what's up, fam. Heck yeah. Like I said, bro, I don't have any 95s in my collection at the moment. Like none. 11 and a half, we got 318. Size 12, 441. Size 12 and a half, 70. A size 13, 343. 13 and a half, 35. Size 14, 149. Size 15, 69. Size 16, 27. Size 17, 14. And a size 18, 12. That is it. He said, I got a little tip. If you guys don't like watching these vertical lives like me, when you hit the like button, go back to your like videos and you can watch the chat, and it's a regular format. Yo, good looking out with that. And let me tell you this. And you know, I'm gonna be in full transparency mode as usual, because that's just me. That's just the way I am. I am not going to do vertical lives forever. Shout out to Superfly Kicks. I haven't spoke to Superfly in quite some time. It's been a couple of months actually since I probably spoke to Superfly. But shout out to Superfly Kicks, because when vertical live streaming pretty much, I guess, first started, he discovered that you get more exposure when you do a live in a vertical form. When you do the horizontal or the what's the word of it? Landscape mode. When you do landscape mode, you don't get as much attention. YouTube doesn't. So whenever you're doing a vertical live, when people are scrolling through live streams, right, your vertical lives will actually pop up in the shorts. That's what it is. Vertical lives pop up in the shorts feed, and landscape mode doesn't arrive in the short feed. So technically you get more views in vertical mode. I will not be streaming vertical when I stream after I get monetized. I'm only doing this for like maximum exposure. I tend to get like a good amount of views whenever I do like a vertical live stream, but I will not be doing vertical lives after I get monetized. I'm really just doing this for like the hours. I'm just really trying to get monetized, and then I want to go back to the landscape mode for sure. But I appreciate that. Yep. He said, I understand, you know, MTIP, but the chat is hard to read. Yeah, no doubt. And so at 9 o'clock, in another hour and 5 minutes, I'm doing like this little training with StreamYard. I got an email saying, hey, sign up for this training because they got a lot of features. Now, one of the features that they have on StreamYard, when you go horizontal, and this is dope, this is so dope, is the chat actually comes up on the actual stream like how it does on a vertical, but it's hard to read on a vertical. On StreamYard, I can have the chat arrive on the actual stream. So what happens is, like, let's just say I had you up on a platform with me, like you were up on a panel with me, right? And we got Jay and Lewis and whoever else, right? Purple and whoever else, because we can have up to like 10 people on the panel, like all on the screen right here. We have like up to 10 people. What happens is, if somebody's tapped into your channel, somebody's watching through your channel and someone's watching through my channel and through Jay's channel, whatever, we on StreamYard can see a total chat. So right here where I'm pointing to, there's a chat, there's a dialogue here, and I can see what everyone says on everyone's stream. But whoever's watching from your channel can only see comments or questions that's coming in from your channel. And whoever's watching from my channel can only see comments and questions from my channel. They can't see like the overall chat. Now y'all can, because I'm streaming by myself, so all of y'all are watching through my channel, so all of y'all can see the chat. I'm probably over explaining manscaping it, but mansplaining it. I said manscaping. Hold on a second. Hold on. Mansplaining. But anyway, not to bore you with it, you know, I know you get it, not to bore you with it, but yes, I will not be vertical live streaming once I become fully monetized. We got 3 minutes, so let's go ahead and get some apps going here. Let me get set up real quick. For anybody, man, these numbers are looking skimpy. All right. The most stock numbers we have on these SBs are going to be a size 11. And we're looking at 488 pairs. Size 12 and a half is 70. I'm setting up right now. If y'all are set up, if anybody is set up who's going for these, or if you're not going for these, do me a favor and let me know what the resale is looking like on these joints, because the stock number's low. I'm curious on what resale is looking like on these joints. All right, sneakers. All right, cool. So we're looking pretty good. We is looking pretty. All right, he said I'll be right back. He said I'm gonna start doing lives. All right, yeah, man. Let me know, man. I'm down. Trust me, I am more than down. Do some collaborations. Yeah, y'all didn't know I speak French, huh? Collaboration. Yeah, French on point. Y'all didn't even know. Wow. All right. Yeah, man, these joints is, let's go back to these joints right here. Joints is looking right. I like this colorway, man. I do like this colorway as well with the white laces. It complements that color. Yeah, I like that. Look at that. Look at that. Look, insole right here. All right, we got 1 minute. All right, let's get back to it. Anybody who's interested, we got 1 minute and this thing is kicking off. Let's see if we can cop some Air Max 95s. Looks like he got merch out too. Yo, hold on a second. Why did the shoes just disappear off the sneakers app? It didn't disappear. It moved. That's crazy. It just moved. It was like right on top, and now you got to scroll over. Be starting that shadiness. It's like they put the merch first. Oh, wow. Okay. Good looking out, Rob T. He said the Koston's resale is low. Mid to 200s on GOAT. Okay. All right. We live. We live. For anybody who's going for these, you got to scroll over. They had it, man, that's so weird. They had it first. Yo, let me ask you all a question. Actually, this is real talk, because like I told y'all, I haven't. Why not? Like, honestly, I haven't had an Air Max 95 in a very long time. How do they fit? Do they fit true to size? Do you gotta? I just went for a size 13, but do they fit true to size? Air Max 95. Shout out anybody who be rocking these joints. Very few. Rob T. What yo, Sneaker Tyler. What up, man? Happy Friday, brother. Sneaker Tyler Radio in the build. What up, fam? Okay, cool. I'm glad I went a size 13, and he said I went up half a size on my Air Max 95 Levi's. Okay, good looks. So yeah, I typically range between a size 12 and a size 13. Obviously, I can rock a 12 and a half easy, but we know how that 12 and a half size is. It's the freaking unicorn right there. So like Jordans 1s. Jordans 1s. Jeez. Jordan 1s, I can go size 12 or 13. I'm comfortable either way. Size a Jordan 2, I like to rock a size 13, but 12s I'm fine. And Jordan 3s, I can rock a 12 or 13 or anything in between. 12, 12 and a half, 13. Jordan 4s, I can do a size 12 and be fine. Even though my SBs are 13, I can do a 12 just fine. Jordan 5, I can do a size 12 just fine, without any issues. So yeah, it just depends on the silhouette. It depends on the silhouette. I've been giving myself some extra space, you know what I mean, by going a size up, and it doesn't bother me. My shoes isn't flopping off my feet and none of that stuff. But yeah, I would love to cop these too, to get back into the Air Max 95 scene. And truth be told, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Let's all Z-way go. Let's all Z-way go. And there it is, you have it. Your boy's about to be stepping. Finally. Finally, your boy's about to be stepping again. Man, I can't wait to get this review out, only because I haven't, man. It's my first Air Max back into the collection in years. Air Max 95. Hey. Good looking out, man. Good looking out. Good looks. I appreciate y'all. Look at that. You know how we be saying, the lives are lucky, the lives are blessed. Let's all the way go. Man, I'm excited for these. Aqua 8's on foot, new daily in the flu games. Yes, sir. Man, I haven't even rocked my Aqua 8s yet. I'm not even gonna hold you. I've said this before on a live. I was like, you know how we be cracking jokes on Jay, calling him Dead Stock Jay. Man, I moved some stuff around. You know, I moved my display around. I have something else. Set up. I was doing a move. I was moving my chiropractor, actually. Him and his family, beautiful family. Real cool guy. Shout out to Dr. K. He's my chiropractor. And moved him and his family, wife and kids and everything. And they got rid of this sofa table. And all it is just kind of like a thin little bench-looking table that you put behind the sofa so you can eat, while you're watching TV or whatever. I have that behind screen, so behind where this camera's at, I got a wall right there that I'm gonna use as like a different display. So when I'm doing like lives or whatever, it'll just be like a different looking setup. That's where I'm gonna. Hey Tyler, that's where I'm pointing to right here behind the camera. That's where I'm gonna put That's where I'm gonna put those display cases. So I'll do another live, put those display cases. Shout out to Sneaker Tyler. He was able to cop me some of those clear cases. I'll put those cases together, and I got me a little light I ordered off of Amazon, little LED light, whatever. and it'll just be like a different looking setup. That's all. It's all in the same space. It'll just camera be turned around and it'll just look different. How many sizes 13 were there in the stock numbers? Let me see. Dang, you didn't hit him. Oh, he said that's bull crap. Why did they have stock that low? I'm taking my yard runners back. They can give me a dub on something like those. They're on the retail. Why would they have such low stock? Dang, man. Sorry, bro. Yeah, man. I actually hit on these joints. All right, but hold on. They're still available. Yo, they didn't sell out. Well, large sizes did. So, yeah, they didn't sell out. So 9.5 ain't gonna help you out. But look at this. 9.5 is still available. So, yo, maybe people ain't really messing with these like that. Oh, snap. So 9.5 from size 4 to 9.5 is still available. Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, I think this is more proof. Now, granted, I haven't worn an Air Max 95 in a minute. I told y'all that. But this is proof on like people are being very selective on what they are copping because they're waiting on these. And if I miss something, y'all help me out. They're waiting on these Chicago 1 lows. They're waiting on these Travis Scotts, these fragments. They're waiting on these Black Cat 4s, Gamma 11s, Bugs Bunny 8s. What else we got coming out? I know I'm missing something. I'm missing. I know I'm missing. Oh, these taxis coming out tomorrow, or these taxi 12s, right? And whatever else. And whatever else that that I'm missing there. But these joints are currently available, and I'm excited for them. It's a nice little cop. I ain't mad at it. My bad, Rob. Size 13. Let's take a look at stock numbers for 13. Size 13, we had 343. So 343 pairs. The largest stock that they had, I messed up because earlier I said it was a size 11 at 488. The largest stock number that they had was a size 10 at 491. So that's the most stock we had on these Air Max 95s was a size 10 with 491 pairs. And then size 11 had 488. Size 12, 441. So yeah, it was low stock. The good news is they're not going for too much. So if you want to hit the resale market, and trust me, I dig it, man. Some people have been staying true to the game. They're like, I am not hitting that resale for nothing this year. It's too much out there. Nice. He said these things are sitting at skate shops all over the country, and they put up 450 size 11 on the app. It doesn't even make any sense. Everything like he does is manufactured height. Yeah. I feel you on that. I actually do feel you on that. Like 100%. Like there can be a shoe because of low stock. There can be a shoe that sells out on the sneaker app, right? Boom, instant sellout. And these kicks are just flat out just sitting, just sitting, out in the retail stores. You're 100% correct. I might even go today. If I have the time. I got to cut out some videos and send some kicks off to the post office and all that good stuff and ship some stuff off for some people. But I would love to go back to JD Sports to see if these Voodoos are still sitting. Because when I was there the other day to pick up the the Rare Air 11s, they still had the medium, the soft pink, right? The Jordan 5 35th anniversaries, those are sitting. They have the which I have, by the way. I got a juicy deal on those, so I'm happy. I got a juicy deal on those. I got a juicy deal on the Family Affair, the Air Jordan 3, the green joints, the Family Affair. I got a juicy deal on those, so those are sitting here. And then I got some Jordan 9 boots that I picked up. My brother back in New York, for him and his wife, they got matching boots, the Energy 9, the Jordan 9 black boots. So I'm gonna do a review on those and ship those off. But yeah, you're absolutely right, man. I mean, they'll have things fake sell out on Nike app that's just flat out just sitting. So you're absolutely right. Anybody messing with these taxis? Anybody messing with these taxis tomorrow? These taxi 12s. I wouldn't mind picking those up. I got them on EA, so I wouldn't mind picking these up. Look at these laces here. I'm excited for this. Got that nice little SB sticker here going on. I'm excited for these, man. And like, no lie, I'm gonna put these joints right on foot. I'm gonna put them on foot. I'm sure they're comfortable. I'm gonna put them on foot. Be hiking in these joints. I am very much so interested in these hikes. Let me see if there's anything else. All right, you got these taxis. These are dropping tomorrow. Anybody messing? Oh, snap! I'm over here sharing the screen or looking at the screen. I wasn't even sharing it. Rob T, shout out. Yes, One Pair podcast will be tomorrow. My bad about last week. Let me tell you what happened. Man, I've been telling y'all, man. I even told the fellas kind of like last minute. So I've been working like crazy. I do armed security. So I do security as well, like part-time when I'm not doing a move, right? And I got a neighbor. He lives right across the street from me. His name is Chris. He's a GC. He's a general contractor. And there are times, even though it's rare, there are times when he needs help. So he'll hit me up like, yo, D, I need a hand or whatever. So then I go work with my neighbor Chris. So now I'm doing like, I'm doing all types of, man, I ain't gonna lie, I'll be all over the place, right? Man, you know, last week was Halloween, and then, you know, we had the weekend. So there were people calling the security company that my brother Sam is, and they want security for the Halloween parties. Man, I was so doggone busy. I had just worked a party. We got off like at 2 o'clock in the morning, but the time went back an hour, so we gained an hour, but whatever. I was still working, so I still felt it. But man, by the time I got home and went to sleep, it was like 3 something in the morning. And the live, you know, the One Pair at a Time lives starts at 7 o'clock Mountain Time, my time. You know, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, but 7. Man, my alarm went off like at 6:30. That's the time that I normally have it set for. But anyway, I woke up and I felt so tired. I let the fellas know. I was like, fellas, I ain't gonna make it, man. I'm tired. I just got home, probably been asleep for like an hour and a half, and I'm too tired to get on this live. So I didn't even know it didn't go down. I didn't know other people wasn't available. I just literally texted the group and went back to sleep. I say all of that to say, yes, we will be on tomorrow. And even though I haven't talked to the crew about it, I will be on for sure. We got this bowling tournament going on. It started yesterday and it's going throughout this entire weekend. I'm signed up for these events. So I treated myself and took off of work. So I literally got 4 days off in a row. And I'm telling you right now, that is unheard of. I can't tell you the last time I had 4 days off in a row. It's been years since I had 4 straight days off in a row. I worked too much in order to get time like that off. So, man, what they say? I got time today. So I'm gonna make another video. Shout out to everybody who tapped into the Rare Air 11 videos, man. I appreciate that. That video seems to be gaining a little bit of traction. So I appreciate that. Sneaker Tyler said, I passed on the taxis. I like them, but I got a lot more on the reach back list. Yeah, no doubt. 100% for sure. And once again, even though I have these taxis on EA, you know, which I could be wrong because I was wrong about the Rare 11 since number 1, but I think these taxis are going to sit. I think these taxis are going to be available. And the only way it won't sit and be available would be if there's just like super low stock. But since they're going to all of the retailers, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I think these taxis are going to be available. He said, Mr. Thinks the heartbeat, they couldn't do it without you. Nah, they most certainly can. It's actually kind of funny you mentioned that though, because you know, I'm a drummer, and you know, on the musical side of things, I always tell people the drum is the heartbeat. The drum carries the cadence, all right? The drum carries the tone. So shout out to everybody who knows how to play the bass, because like, no lie, the bass can also be the heartbeat as well. You know what I mean? But But yeah, that's the thing about drums in particular. Like you can have one instrument, which is the drum, and like no lie, I'm not even trying to be funny. You say it's the heartbeat, like someone could just play the drum and you could just start like dum 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 dum, and you know what I mean? Like literally, you could just start like, you know, like a heartbeat, just start feeling it. You know what I mean? And just the drums. The drums can get you going. You know, just the drum itself. You know, you start just off the drum. So. Then the one pair said it was doing a Sunday show last week and nothing. Yep, and once again, Sunday I was working. Man, I was working. Johnny said, "Why are Americans fat from burgers? Because burgers are delicious. That's why." Man, burgers are good. Speaking of good burgers, if y'all, depending on where you live, because I don't know if this is like a huge franchise or whatever. I know we got a few locations out here in Colorado, but it's called Bad 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 Daddies. Bad Daddies, delicious burgers. Went there with the wife last week and had me a fly turkey burger. They got fresh cut fries. Had me a nice little turkey burger. Then I got a bowl of fruit on the side. And then, well, let me tell you this: what's so good about their fruit bowls? I was telling this to my wife. Is that they put like 8 different pieces of fruit in there. They got blueberry, apple, tangerine. I didn't see banana. Pineapple, cantaloupe, watermelon. Man, grapes. I'm missing something. They didn't have a blackberry in there. Man, I'm missing something. Watermelon. But anyway. They have these delicious fruit bowls. It's literally like a fruit salad. Freaking delicious. But to answer your question, burgers are good. That's why. They're good. Oh, Johnny said I'm in the UK. All right, shout out to the UK. Shout out to the UK. What up? Thanks for tapping in. Let me see. Can somebody make it make sense? Why shootout is under retail on StockX is limited to 480, size 11 or 430 size 11. That just tells you Nike is the reseller. Hard facts. So right now, let's see, what are these going for? You said it make sense. Why shootout is under retail? Dang. So wait, hold on a second. These joints is under retail right now? I just paid $190 for under retail kick. I didn't do my research. I thought they were going for like $200. Dang. So wait, hold on a second. I just overpaid potentially because, you know, I guess once you factor in like the fees and the shipping and the tax. But I still want to look it up now. Now that you mention that, let's look it up. Let's see. $194. You're right. It's right. It's literally right there. It's literally right there. Yeah. Anybody who want to cop these kicks, man, I mean, you will pay just a little bit more when you factor in the fees, but I'll be honest with you, that's a pretty good pickup on the resale market. Speaking of reachbacks, because Sneaker Tyler said he was passing on the Taxi 12s. Yo, fam, tell me why my boy Perp Hayes came through for your boy and he caught me. He went to a SneakerCon in Chicago, which was massively dead, apparently. He caught me the Better With Time, the Nigel 1 lows. Man, I can't wait I haven't even opened the box. Is the box even down here? Nah, the box ain't even downstairs. It's still upstairs. Yeah, it's still downstairs. I haven't even opened them up yet. That's another review. I gotta get going. Man, I'm excited for those. And here goes the crazy part. There's nothing wrong with changing your mind, because when I first saw them, I was like, yeah, I'm good. Pass. Didn't even go for the shoe. I was good on it. And then seeing them on foot, and I was like, yo, these shirts is dope. I want them. And then the resale price started climbing on those a little bit, so I'm happy I was able to cop those. But yeah, no, that's a good observation, man. I mean, these ain't really going for much. They could have just go ahead and released the stock and let the people who want them go ahead and get them. Yep. All right, Rob T said I use GOAT prices. He said you're gonna love them, bro. That's my favorite shoe of the year. Nice. Yeah, I'm excited for him. Total change of heart, man. There's nothing wrong with changing your mind, man. You know, I mean, sometimes people are gonna bust your balls about it, but guess what? Look, man, there's nothing wrong with changing your mind. Flat out. One of my boys, his name is Major. He lives out in Florida. He comes back to Colorado from time to time for work, right? So he flies in, he hit me up, and we'll go grab some lunch and kick it, whatever. Man, I met up with him when he flew out here for work. We went to go grab something to eat. And he had him on foot. He got in my car, and I looked down. I was like, yo, those are the Nigel. Them joints are looking clean. He was like, yo, I love them. I wear them every day. I was like, ooh. I was on the phone with Perp. Perp was like, yo, I wear my joints all the time. I was like, I want them. I saw them on foot, and I was like, I want them. So, I'm talking about the Better With Time, the Nigel 1 lows. The black Nigels, Jordan 1 lows. You know, I originally passed on them joints, and yeah, saw them joints on foot, and it changed my whole perspective. You know, they come already like scuffed or whatever, you know, whatever the case is, pre-marked or whatever the case is. But when I first saw them, I was like, yeah, I'm good. Nah, saw them joints on foot, and I was like, nah, I got to get a pair of these joints. Changed my whole perspective up, like straight up. John Parham in the building. What up, fam? What's good, John? What's good with you? What up? What he said, I'm kind of regretting copping the Voodoo because I said I wasn't going to because of the name of the shoe. Hey, fam, yo, I YouTube ain't really showing no love on it. I made a video on the Voodoos, and I'm not even gonna hold you. I like the shoe. Like, fam, I copped them for Perp, so they're already shipped off and sent out to the mail or whatever the case is. But I copped those for Perp. But like straight up, I like the shoe. You know, hey, it is what it is, man. It's a fly kick. But for that same purpose, I was like, because y'all heard me, I was like, nah, I ain't putting no Voodoo nothing in my house. You know what I mean? And no lie, I'm still standing on it, even though it was in my crib. You know what I mean? But that, I mean, just the name alone was the reason why. However, let me share this with you because I even put this in the video as well. Shout out to my guy, Hate to Lose, my boy Joel, and Purple Haze, because Purple Haze is actually from New Orleans, and apparently, you know, and granted, even though this one does have like a skull and bones and all that stuff on it, so it does lean to different sides. However, I do want to go on record by saying this. They did educate me because I did learn, because once I heard Voodoo, I was like, nah, chill, son, I'm good, right? That's just my faith and my beliefs is kind of kicking in, saying, look, you don't play with certain things, right? But Voodoo is used, you know, for good purposes when it comes to like certain things like spiritual healings and stuff like that, and things having spirits and stuff like that. So not all of it. I know the word Voodoo sounds aggressive, right? But I guess what I'm trying to say is not all Voodoo is used for, you know, bad purposes and, you know, whatever. There are some positive beliefs, cultural uses of Voodoo, and I wanted to get on record by saying that it's not anything that I practice or whatever the case is, but I did read up on it, and I thought it was an interesting read. So, you know, if that helps cushion anything, you know, not all Voodoo is bad, if that makes sense, or evil or whatever, because that's how I was processing it. I was like, Voodoo, yeah, I'm good, ain't touching it, whatever. Like a Ouija board, like in my mind, like, because I do believe in like spiritual powers, you know what I mean? Like there's a spiritual realm. Like I don't even play with a Ouija board for fun. That's nothing to play around with. It ain't fun to me. You know, I've never touched it my whole life, never been around it, whatever. People pull it out, I leave. Pause, because I like the way that sound. People pull it out and I leave. But then it's not a pause because I said I leave when they pull it out. But I'm talking about the Ouija board. But man, it's messed up. We live in a pausable culture. You can't say nothing nowadays. You can't. But anyway, that was my take on him. I like him. Oh, look, he said, I like him. I don't love him. Yeah, it's a fly kick. I ain't gonna lie. You know, even when I was doing my review, I was like, I ain't gonna lie, man. I like this shoe. I ain't keeping it, but I do like it. And the materials, you know the shoe because you have it. You know the laces, the quality. It seems like we got a whole lot of shoe for the price point, and that's what I liked about it. You know, the whole theme, just everything. I like the way they put the shoe together. You know, and if honestly, like if Nike was able to maintain that, you know what I mean, like give us the tissue paper, give us the shoe trees, give us the hang tags, give us a nice special box, give us nice materials, give us good quality control, give us, you know, throw some stickers in there or something, whatever it might be. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I like all of that stuff. The presentation, the story, I like it. And then boom, you gave us a good price. $160, $165, whatever they went for. I used the $20 status cash and got it for $20 lower, but I think the retail was $165 if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, nice shoe for the price point. It's a lot of shoe for the price. I like it. He said, I go to the scripture. I do. I feel like kind of a hypocrite owning that shoe. Sell them. You feel me? I mean, honestly, if it's on your spirit enough to talk about it, get rid of them. You've had them, you like them, get rid of them. You know what I mean? And you know, it is what it is. Like straight up. If it's on your spirit like that, and I'm not even gonna hold you, man. Just sell them. Just get rid of them. Give them away. Give them away. You see what I'm saying? Like, sell them. Like, give them away. Are you ready for this? If it makes you feel that bad, and I know someone's gonna think I'm wilding or whatever, but if it's weighing on you like that, throw them away. Who cares? Find a person out in the streets and just give it to them. You know what I mean? But the only let me tell you why I said throw them away. I'll tell you why. If it's weighing on your spirit like that, then in theory, the only reason why I say throw them away, and this is I know it's a waste of money and you pay for them. I know that, right? But I'm speaking on the spiritual side of things. If it's weighing on your spirit like that, like, and I'm speaking from brother to brother, like I wouldn't give this shoe if I felt some sort of negative energy coming from this, spiritually speaking, I wouldn't want to pass this off to someone else. You know what I mean? So that I can transfer this energy to them, if that makes sense. If you're not looking at it that deep, give them away, sell them, or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? But for sure, I mean, trust me, I'm right there on the same page as you. I was just like, yeah, I'm just good on the voodoo stuff, you know. But that was just me personally. Look, that was just me. It's all good though. It's all good. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Hey, one thing I'm not gonna argue with is scripture. I ain't gonna sit here and argue against that one. That's it. You see? You say, yeah, you're right. I know what you're saying. I don't want to give anyone else you know that bad spirit, you know? I feel you. The thing in it is a part of me that says I don't want to give a sneaker any power over God. If you understand what I'm saying. No, I do. Like, I understand exactly, bro. I understand exactly. Literally, I understand exactly what you're saying. And man, isn't it so weird? Because let me share a personal story with you, or with y'all, because you got a couple people tapped in. Let me share a personal story with y'all. I was doing some deliveries for Amazon. You know, I got a moving business, and I was using the my moving trucks. I was an independent contractor. It's called an IC. I was an independent contractor with Amazon, and I was pretty much, the only thing that means is you get to use your personal vehicles. You know, if you got a fleet of vehicles, trucks, or whatever. This is back when Amazon, I ain't gonna lie, Amazon used to be popping back in the day. I'm sure during peak season, and I'm sure it still pops now, but I'm talking about it used to be like very much so active. This a couple of years ago. Amazon was so busy and they were paying so well. I'm not lying to y'all. Like, this is a true story. I've seen people pull up to the Amazon warehouse with ambulances. I'm talking about like used ambulances, like they got them from an auction. They were coming with school buses. I'm talking about the cheese bus they were taking the doggone seats out of the cheese bus, and they're pulling up with a cheese bus, a school bus. They take the seats out so that they can put pallets inside the school bus to do deliveries for Amazon. I am not making this up. They will come with an ambulance, because the ambulance is technically a box truck. Now, you can't really fit too many pallets inside of it, but it's still a box truck. But my whole point was, this is people wasn't playing. They were hitting auction, and any as big as a vehicle as they can find, you know, they were running product for Amazon. Man, I just said all of that and I forgot where I was going with this whole story. Q in the building, what up? See, don't get old. Don't get old. All right, Amazon, independent contractor, moving company. I was using my trucks, peak season, doing deliveries. Come on, man. Bring it back, D. Where are you going? You see, I done got old. Where's I going with this? Oh, okay, boom. Man, I'm getting old. All right. Let me finish the story. So anyway, I was doing a delivery out to this place called Wheat Ridge, Colorado. Right, it's not that far away from where I'm at. I don't know, 30-minute drive. You know, Golden, Wheat Ridge is all in that same area. Anyway, I used to drive past this tire shop early morning, and maybe, I don't know, maybe this car was there for service, or maybe it was an employee who was there like early every morning. But I actually see this Bentley sitting outside. It's a GT Continental, whatever, Bentley coupe. You know, 500 horsepower, all-wheel drive. You know, V12, all that good stuff. And I remember having a conversation with God one day. And God spoke to me. I was waiting for the post office to open. For those of y'all that don't know this, I'm gonna tell you right now, post offices stay open 24/7, unless you're like in a small town or small county or whatever. Then the post office do close. But these, like the larger post offices, they never close. That's number one. They're just not open to the public, but they was open. So on this side of town, the post office closes. So I was waiting for the post office to open, and it was either like a discount tire or big old tire, whatever it was. It's one of those little tire shops. And I always would see this Bentley, this nice, beautiful vehicle. It was right across the street from the post office. So I would always see this Bentley, and I'm a car guy, so I like cars. Anyway, this is the moral of the story. I was having a conversation with God, man. Like, we were talking, man. We just honestly just having a good old conversation. And he asked me a question. He said, do you know what that vehicle is? Do you know what that car is? So here I am trying to mansplain this vehicle to God. Of course I know what that is. That's an all-wheel drive. It's a machine of beauty. You know, so I'm over here talking about spilling all the knowledge on different leather options on the inside, handcrafted, this, that, and the third, you know, 500 horsepower, hibbly hobbla. I'm going on and on, you know, V12, twin turbo, all this. I'm going on and on about this vehicle, paint options in the whole 9 yards, right? And then I ended it by saying, it's a car that I'd probably never be able to afford. You know, I was putting this car up on a pedestal, right? I was like, yeah, I'll probably never have one of those. Now, truth be told, you can pick one of these cars up for like dirt cheap if you go with like a 2011 or something like that. The maintenance on it's gonna be crazy, but a brand new one, it's like, I'll nothing. I started to downplay myself, right? Anyway, this is the moral of the story. The moral of the story was this. God replied back to me. He said, it's a car. It takes you from point A to point B. It's a car. And I was like, you're right. Like, that was it. Like, you're right. So Q, shout out to Q. Q's tapped in. Q's in the building. Fellow believer as well. Q even said, she's like, I ain't messing with those voodoos, right? Q, I had those sneakers for perp, right? Shipped them out, got them out the crib or whatever, because I was actually standing 10 toes down. I was like, I'm not even bringing that shoe into my crib. I told perp, I'll help you cop and ship them out, whatever. I've been so busy with work when the delivery came in, I didn't even have time to do the review, you know, in time. So, you know, they sat for a little bit, and then I did the review, boom, sent them out, you know. But nice shoe, but I'm on that same time, I was like, I ain't messing with it. But the reason why I wanted to share that with you, because going back to your point, fam, when you said, right here. You said, but then there's a part of me that says I don't want to give a sneaker any power over God, if you understand what I'm saying. So to your point, what I began to do, not really realizing what I was doing spiritually, but I began to kind of like idolize this car. You know what I mean? Now I wasn't worshiping the car, right? But I kind of put this car up on a platform mentally to a level to where I'm like, I'll never have a brand new Bentley or whatever. And you know what I mean? And my, like, I have this name, Mr. Think I'm Possible, for a reason, right? Like our thoughts manifest into actions. Like our brains, like we have more power than what we actually tend to think that we even have. You know, this world kind of beats us up about it, but we are a little bit more powerful than what we think you are. And I'm even talking about spiritually as well. But anyway, at that particular moment, I found myself like weak-minded, low energy, just everything, right? And at the end of the day, man, God told me, he was like, man, it's a car. It takes you from point A to point B. So it doesn't matter if it's a Honda Civic or a Saturn, or if it's a Bugatti or $3 million. It's a car, bro. It takes you from point A to point B. Relax. That's all it is. And what it did was it helped me put things into perspective from, this is years ago. So kind of moving forward, like I'm a mover, man. And I be in some beautiful homes. I'm talking $10 million homes. I'll be around my customers. I have some high end, not all of my customers are like this, but I do have some high end clients where I be in some of the most beautiful homes. They got a lot of money. They got some of the most exquisite things that I've ever seen in life. And of course, when people have this stuff, they like to show it off, right? They're just like, you know, it's natural, right? So I go walking throughout the house and they show me all of this rare this and rare that. And you know what I mean? One of ones or one of threes, whatever it is, you know, artwork, you name it, all that stuff. And not to be disrespectful, because I'm interested in, like, wow, that's nice, and this and the third, blah blah blah. But on the inside, I mean, it's a bracelet. I understand you paid $700,000 for it, but it's a tennis bracelet. And that's not me hating. That's me keeping it into perspective. These shoes are nice. These sneakers are nice, guys. It's a freaking shoe. Arguably so, some of the most dirtiest part of our body is going to be our feet. And Jesus did feet, right? Shoes get dirty. It's a freaking sneaker. It's designed to be put on the ground and for you to walk in to protect your foot. So in theory, your shoes are going to be like the dirtiest part of your body. Now, I crack a little joke. And be saying, for some of y'all, it's going to be your butts, right? Because y'all don't wash your butts properly. That's just a little joke. But in all seriousness, your feet are the most dirtiest part of your body, just like naturally speaking, and it should be, right? Feet get nasty, funky, smelly, and all that stuff. The more you move around and sweat and it gets wet and fungus, whatever, you know what I mean? Feet's a pretty dirty part of the body. And if you're going to protect your feet, right, which is a part of your body, with a shoe, then in all reality, man, with all of these sneakers, and I know we're sneakerheads and collectors and fans and enthusiasts, or whatever you want to call yourself, sneaker wearers, whatever it is you want to call yourself, at the end of the day, it's a freaking sneaker. Just to keep it into perspective, it might be a sneaker that we've always wanted. It might be a sneaker that we had back in the day, and it retro. That's my case. I had a lot of these kicks back in the day, and now that they're retroing, and I know it's different in quality and all that stuff, but I'm like, yo, I'm getting me some white cement 4s. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. But at the end of the day, and this isn't me hating, I'm not a hater, but at the end of the day, it's a shoe. It's a shoe. And that's my final take on it. It's a shoe. That's it. Now, wow, I hit on all 5 of my Taxi 12 raffles. Woof. You gonna pick all of those up? Because like I said, I got a feeling these taxis are gonna sit. If anybody needs a size 11, do the taxis. You didn't hit any raffles, and you're worried about getting a pair, I got you. All right, so my man got some shoes on deck. Q said right on, like I don't play with that stuff. And Q, that's exactly where I was about to go with it too. So even though I just, saying like it's just a car, it's just a picture, or it's just a tennis bracelet, or whatever the case is, spiritually speaking, I ain't playing with it, spiritually speaking, right? So I'm just belittling the items to say that it's obtainable, it's acquirable, right? Right. Nothing is as good or as big as God, and I'm not going to idolize anything over that. However, and it's going to sound so contradictory, but I want it to sound that way. This carnal place that we reside on right now, that can be a trick, right? It can be a trap. It can be a snare, right? To trick you to be like, come on, Q. It's just a board game. Relax, right? It's just some skulls and some dice. Relax. Like, you taking it too like chill. It's just a sneaker, right? Chill out. You're looking too far. You digging too deep. You know what I mean? Like, just relax. You know what I mean? Try to get you to drop your guard. So I can sit here and be completely transparent and tell you those Voodoos are nice shoes. I had them in hand. I did a review on them. I like them. And guess what? I don't got them. That's it. That's it. That's it. This is the devil's earth. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? He turn around and tell you, you know what I mean, to chill. You know, it's all right. You got plenty of time. It's okay. Yep, you say right, but you start with that, you compromise your beliefs, and one thing you used to say is, what's next? Absolutely. Absolutely. The enemy has a job, man, to steal, kill, and destroy. God is not the author of confusion. So, yeah, man, you start getting all these little mixed signals and mixed messages, and, you know, this world that we live in, man, you know, they're going to tell you everything that's wrong is okay, is right, and everything right that's wrong, they want to flip-flop and just turn everything around. I know this ain't an easy conversation to have, too, because, man, look, I'm going to tell you right now, man, don't nobody want to talk about this. Don't nobody want to talk about this stuff. Especially when, watch this, and I ain't no angel, I ain't perfect, none of that stuff, so that's not where I'm going with it. But especially when you are living a life full of sin, full of it. Man, don't nobody, why do you think they call Vegas Sin City? Number one, sinning is fun. Just in case if nobody want to admit it, I'll tell you, doing the wrong thing is fun. It's exciting. It is. Doing the wrong thing is fun, man. It's fun. Man, it's fun. He said, I really want the Koston 95s, and I don't use StockX, so I'm gonna call some skate shops. Yeah, call around. I can even call around out here. We got a spot out here called 303 Boards, and they tend to get everything. So I can hit them up and see if they have everything. I have no problem discussing Jesus Christ because he saved my life. Same here, bro. Same here. I've been communicating with Kicknology, my boy Truth. You know, y'all know who that is. And he hit me up, and he's looking to start like a faith-based. I'm not sure if he's gonna start a whole new channel or if he's just gonna spin it off of his current channel. But he hit me up, was like, "Yo, would you be interested in, you know, doing some lives with me and talking about it?" I was like, "Bro, do a zebra got stripes? Of course I'm down." You know what I mean? And truth be told, you know, this isn't for the metrics of getting monetized and none of that stuff, man. This is just having that important conversation, because if we can talk about football, if we can talk about sneakers, if We can talk about cars and finances and stocks and investments and Bitcoin, and we can talk about all that stuff. We can talk about Christ if you believe. And if you don't believe, that's cool too. That's cool. We can still talk about it. Let me share another story with y'all, because I got a training in 15 minutes. StreamYard is doing like this training, whatever. Let me share another story with y'all. So, and whatever, it is what it is. The name of the company that I have, I didn't come up with this name. God gave it to me in a dream. So the name of the company is called Cornerstone Moving, because Jesus is the chief cornerstone. I didn't even come up with this, right? It came to me in a dream. I woke up out of a dream. I've had this business a little bit over 12 years now. And the motto is FIL, F-I-L, right? And it's moving with faith, integrity, and love. So, kind of like the whole motto is like, get your daily fill, faith, integrity, and love. Get filled up, right? I didn't come up with none of this. Like, I didn't. Gave it to me in a dream. Woke my wife up, out of her sleep. Babe, Cornerstone moving with faith, integrity, and love. She's like, what? She just woke up. I was like, that's going to be the name of the company. She's like, is the name available? I was like, I don't know. God just gave it to me. So here it is, right? And the name was available, whatever. Rest is history. I had this one. So when I first got into business, right, and I knew how to be a mover because I got a ton of moving experience, but I didn't know how to run a company. I didn't know how to run a business, right? So here I am using my own logic, right? I was like, like I said, I'm active in church. So I told my wife, I was like, I'm only gonna hire believers. I'm only gonna hire people that believe, and I want to help out my own brothers and sisters, like in Christ. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put money in their pocket, because one thing I've always had was business, right? I make money, right? So I was like, I'm only gonna help out people that believe. Nope. All right. So my pastor was walking in let me see. Hey, Rob T said, I guess I'm the minority here. Oh, what do you mean by that, Rob? So my pastor in church was walking like in downtown Denver, and he seen this guy playing like a guitar or something like that, right? And I guess the dude was like, hey sir, do you have any spare change or whatever the case is? And my pastor was like, I can help you out, but I can even help you out even more. There's one of the brothers in the church that got work. Are you looking for work or whatever? And his name is Trevor. And Trevor was homeless at the moment, or whatever the case is. He's like, yeah, I'm down to work, So pastor called me. He was like, hey, this guy here, looking for some work. Would you be interested in give him a chance, whatever? I was like, absolutely, give my number, blah blah blah. Trevor calls me, whole 9 yards. I met up with Trevor. He said he was available to work. So I met up with him, and he was like full blown homeless, smelling bad, ripped clothes, you name it, whatever. I'm not making fun of him. I'm just telling the story. This is how it was. Met up with him. Took him to first thing I did was I got him a gym membership, right? But the first thing I did was I took him to the store. I took him to Walmart, and got him some clothes, right? Just so that he can have some clean clothes. But like I said, his body was dirty, so I got him a gym membership. Religion and Rob T. Nah, it's like trust me, fam. It's all good. It's all good. It is all good. I got him a gym membership, and so that because with these 24-hour gyms, one thing you can always do is you can always go in there and take a shower. You got access to showers. You know what I mean? So I picked him up a gym membership, and it was cheap. It was like $19 a month or whatever. It wasn't a 24-hour, maybe it was like Anytime Fitness, but it stayed open 24/7. This is all before COVID too, by the way, because I know a lot of these places are like either closed down or they don't stay open 24/7, but this is before COVID. And anyways, I got him a gym membership, went to Walmart, got him some clothes or whatever the case is, right? He cleaned up very well or whatever the case is, and he just started working with me. And, just from sitting next to me in the truck all the time, he was like, hey, I just want to be honest. I know I met your pastor, and I met you through the pastor, this and the third, and I know you'll go to church and blah, blah, blah. I don't do all of the God and the religion stuff or whatever. And I was like, cool, I hear you, right? But he was a good worker. So he worked, and I slammed money in his pocket, getting tips and everything. And it was cool to see the transformation, because this man literally went from like smelling bad, you know, hair all locked up, you know, white guy too, hair all locked up, dreads and everything, just, you know what I mean, to like clean cut wardrobe, and then boom, he finally got a place, finally got his own place, you know what I mean. He's doing great. He's doing great, doing moves with me and all that stuff. And Rob T, this is what I'm telling you, like, it's all good. Like this isn't, one thing I don't do is like, I don't like Bible thump. I don't hit people over the head with the Bible, because I don't have to. All on his own, he was like, yo, like, you moved out here from New York, and, you know, life seems to be pretty easy for you, this, that, and the third, whatever. You know, I was like, all right, well, number one, life ain't easy, right? I mean, man, life happens to all of us, or what have you. But he was really complimenting me on how I carry myself, right? Like, he's seen, I'm a pretty big guy. That's number one. I'm like 6'3". Now I'm 245 pounds, but I'm a pretty big guy, right? And I know how to handle myself too. Obviously, I got firearms, all that stuff, because I'm a former police officer and I'm trained and all that stuff, right? I used to box, all that stuff, right? But like, whenever conflict or conflict, even right now, I do like security on the side of being a mover. But I don't handle everything with like massive aggression, and, you know what I mean? Like, just because you're capable of hurting somebody don't mean that every time you have a conflict, you know, you go pounding somebody out. Pause. but anyway, he was complimenting me on pretty much on my stature and how I handle conflict, and it just like problem solving. And I was like, yo, I wasn't always like this, man. Like, I used to be a little wild, you know, when I lived back in New York and all that good stuff. But, you know, I'm older and whatever. So then all on his own, he was like, yo, can I come with you to church? And I was like, sure. Now, keep in mind, even though Trevor was cool, you know, like in the physical level, right? He wasn't smelling bad. He wasn't homeless no more and all that good stuff. He's clean, all that stuff. He had a massive drinking problem. I mean, like a massive drinking. My man would drink. And it's crazy, because as much as he drank, he always would come to work though. There was one time I had this really big project going. It was like a hotel job. It was a hotel project. They were building a brand new hotel out in Denver, 1440 14th Street. Actually, it was called the Hyatt House, the Hyatt Place and the Hyatt House. It was a Hyatt hotel. And I got like 8 minutes before this training. Anyway, they're building a brand new hotel, and, you know, because it's under construction, we had to wear construction, like these hard hats and vests and all this other stuff, whatever, because we were moving all of the furniture. I got hired to move all the furniture. It was a really big project. Anyway, I'm going to go pick Trevor up. I'm calling him. He won't answer the phone. I'm knocking on the door. He won't answer. Whatever. Then I call this girl. She answers the phone. I'm like, yo, what up? Where T at, man? We got work with us. She's, oh, he's still sleeping. He's on his way. My man came stumbling outside. I'm talking about, no lie, vest. He only had like one arm in the vest, so the other side is drooped down, whatever. And he came out to my car like this, like a straight zombie. I'm sitting there looking at him. I'm like, you know, from the driver's seat, I got my passenger window rolled down. I'm looking at him, and he gets in the car. He's like, I'm gonna do this without laughing. What's up, D? I'm sorry I'm late, D. I'm sorry. And I was like, Trevor, you cannot come to work like this. Like, go back in, man, and get some rest, man. I'll holler at you tomorrow, man. He's like, no, I don't want to let you down. Right? He is tore back. And I was like, nah, it's a liability. Like, I can't. Let's go get some rest. You're not letting me down, man. Matter of fact, if you don't want to let me down, go back in the house, get some sleep. I'll holler at you tomorrow. That's the best thing to do. If you don't want to let me down, go back in the house and rest up. Right? Obviously, he went back in or whatever, and the next day he was fine. Anyway, moral of the story was, he was like, yo, can I come with you to church? Like, is it okay? You know, like, I would like to be invited to church. And I was like, it's an open invite. You even got to ask whenever you're ready. Just come on your own or whatever the case is. I'm going to tell you all about my own people. Here goes one of the complaints. And for all my church goers out there, you're going to know what I'm talking about. So here it comes. Trevor comes with me to church one Sunday. I don't remember the time frame or whatever time it was, but Trevor came with me to church. And he was a little lit. He was a little lit. It's all good. It was all good. North Carolina versus Kansas tonight, college basketball. That's what's up. That's what's up. So whatever. He came the first time he came, and guess what? My man went right to sleep. He came. He sat with me, sat next to me, whatever, knocked out. Whatever, because he was lit, you know? And I had some people come up to me. It was like, what's going on with your guy? Wake him up, this, that, the third. So I'm not waking up nothing. You see, spiritually speaking, we always sit here and tell everybody, God accepts you how you are, come as you are. We always say, like, and I honestly do believe that, number one. But for some, it can become rhetoric to where it's like, practice what you preach. We can't be sitting here telling people, come on into the house. And then when they finally come into the house, right, that we consider to be like a hospital, right? Because, you know, I need help spiritually, right? I need aid, right? I can't sit here and be like, get yourself right to go to the doctor's office, man. This is why you're going to the doctor. So here I got my own people in church that's over here judging my guy because he's drunk in church. So what? So he's here, right? He's in the house. There's nothing wrong with that. He started coming week after week after week after week. Gave his life to the Lord. And meanwhile, I was over here saying, I'm only going to hire believers. I'm only going to take care of my own people and all that stuff when I first started my business. Man, that's profound. Man, that's profound. Shout out to everybody who hit on these kicks. I'm gonna do this training with StreamYard. If it wasn't for that, man, I'll just kick it with y'all. For those of y'all that's just now tapped in, man, it is your guy, Mr. Think I'm Possible, MTIP, M-Tip. I ain't been online in a couple of weeks, man. I've been busy working. There's a bowling tournament going on out here in Colorado. It's called the TNBA, and I'm a bowler. I bowled in this tournament yesterday. I bowled bad, right? So I got to redeem myself. Later on, I got this tournament. It's going on this entire weekend. But I did have me some fun. I'll tell you that. I got this training with StreamYard, but I'm off. I'm off for the next 4 days. So I think I'm going to stream a little bit, man, and kick it with y'all. I'm still in the process of becoming fully monetized. I need 4,000 hours. Right now, I am at 3,400 hours on a dot. It's like 3,404. So I'm right at I need 600 hours. And if I push myself, I think for the month of November, today's only the 7th. I think I can become fully monetized by December 1st. But I got to go hard. And the only way I can the only way I can really get there is with your help. Double tap that screen, tap into the content, go back and watch previous videos, whatever it is, whatever y'all can do. I appreciate it. Y'all will help me get fully monetized. Because the crazy part is, even after I get fully monetized, that's the beginning of the journey. It's crazy because I'm putting in so much work just to get to the starting. It's weird. I'm putting in all of this work just to get to the starting point to put in a whole lot more work. So anyway, there's always love on this end. Let me run through some comments real quick, just so I don't leave anybody out. Let me see. Now there's 11 and a half that opened up on because you think I should grab them. I don't want them to be too big. So I asked about that because I haven't had an Air Max 95 in a grip. So I think half sizing up is actually nice. But what size do you normally wear? So I'm keeping my eye on this app because I think something my size is going to open up. Yeah, people could have gone for this kick. You know that happens too, man. Like people will go for a sneaker and not expecting to hit or just seeing if they can hit. And once they hit and once they cop, they're like, they're canceling the orders. He said that's Matthew 7:3-5. Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own? I've always thought that was like I ain't gonna I have a weird sense of humor, and I kind of laugh at things that I probably shouldn't at times. But every time I've seen this verse, I kind of laugh at it because, you know, to find something so small like a speck of sawdust in someone else's eye. Meanwhile, you got like a telephone pole, like just lodged throughout your entire face. Like you just got this big old plank. Just everywhere you turn, you're knocking things over, and you don't want to address your own issue, but you want to talk about something so small in somebody else. 100%. I always envision it that way. Like you got a major issue, but you want to talk about everybody else's problem. 100%. I'm gonna keep my phone running for you. Yo, good looking out. Tricky said, "Go hard" was crazy. But yeah, you got it, fam. Said it's my favorite verse. Yeah, I actually like that. I like that. 100. Yo, shout out to everybody who tapped in, man. He said, let me know when you go live. He said, I obviously get notified, but I would keep one of my devices running to help you rack up some hours. Yo, good looking out. I'm telling you, fam, like, no lie, it all counts. It really do. It all counts. And I need alls of it. Let me see. I'm gonna check my inbox real quick for this training. StreamYard, the stream is about to start. Hi, Derek, just a reminder. All right. Registration confirmation. All right, bet. Let me get on this stream with StreamYard. It's just a little training or whatever, but I'm sure I'm going to get some skills, so then I'll be able to put more graphics in the background, and there's a whole lot of new things going on with StreamYard. So let me tap in with this StreamYard, man, do this training so I can provide a better experience. But I'm off today, so yeah, it's a very good chance that I'm going to go live even later. Nah, I'm not going live for the seminar. StreamYard is actually hosting a live that I'm about to go join to go learn how to do better streams. So I'll be back on a little bit later on tonight. Like I said, I got this tournament going on, but I will be back on, and I'm gonna drop another video because my guy Mr. Trigger here, him and his wife, their shoes came in. They got these Jordan 9 boots, the energy joints. So I'm going to do a quick review on these before I ship them out and send them off to New York. So I'm going to do a little review on those. Oh, yo, these joints is dope. Yeah, I sniffed your kicks. That's right. All right, family. Let me get on up out of here. Good looking out. Rob T said good luck with the tournament. I appreciate it. You know, I need to put in some work today because yesterday was bad. But I did have fun. But it was bad yesterday. Good looking out. I appreciate everybody. Let me go ahead and hit this training up. I'll holler at y'all a little bit later, man. It's always love when it's in. One pair at a time tomorrow morning. Catch us. Y'all already know what the deal is.